All right. Thanks for tuning in to Shit Guys Talk About. You know, you got your boy, the Sophisticated Jerk, Taj, and CLS. But before we turn into the topics, how y'all doing today, man? How's everything going?
You already know what it is, man. Just survive.
CLS looking mad down there, man. You straight? Look like you just committed a homicide out here, man. You get them candy apples yet? They ain't rob you?
Damn candy apples. They ain't got no fucking candy apples. I mean, I ain't been in the city. But I'm sure they probably I'm sure they be out there this weekend.
Yeah. I think you need to go get one, man. And if you don't make it back, man, we'll come try to find you. We'll send like a rescue party or something. But man, like let us know how that turns out.
Yeah, I'll bring you one. How about I bring you candy apple with the fucking sprinkles and nuts on it, some shit.
Some sprinkles and nuts. Okay.
Yeah, bring you some.
Yeah, I could use some, man, for real.
You probably could.
Yeah, we start calling those robbery apples, man. Yeah, CLS about to get robbed out there trying to get some candy apples.
It seemed like it was legit. Like most of those dudes that be selling the water now, they legit. You know, they ain't gonna try to rob you. At least not in broad daylight. Maybe I ain't gonna be at night selling no fucking candy apples at night.
Yeah. No,
not at night. That's like some daytime shit.
Yeah, that was suspicious. But all right, man, we'll go ahead and jump into the first topic. So let me cue up the question. So is Marcus Jordan foul for hooking up with Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, Larsa Pippen? And I'm gonna go ahead and turn that over to you first, CLS.
Is it? Oh, okay. You talking about? Is it Larsa? Oh, so Larsa is short for Larissa?
Larsa, I think it's Larsa Pippen. I might have messed it up.
Larsa, some shit. All right. Well, anyway, I
don't know everything that was happening with that. Honestly, I just know he was talking trash about Jordan. So y'all might have to fill me in on that.
Yeah, so just to give you some context, Jordan and Pippen been kind of having that back and forth since that documentary came out with
The Last Dance
that Jordan did, and Scottie was kind of low key hating.
He was,
and I think since they were having that back and forth, it just came out that Michael Jordan's son Marcus Jordan was dating Scottie Pippen's ex-wife. So Pippen just recently came out and was saying Michael Jordan was like the worst teammate ever and stuff like that. So I don't know if this is playing into it, like Michael Jordan's son dating his ex-wife and stuff. So he just kind of causes some of that hate or something like that. But that's why I just posed this question: is Michael Jordan's son foul for hooking up with Scottie Pippen's ex-wife? So
dude, but do you know who she was dating before Marcus, Michael Jordan's son? You know who she was dating before that, right?
Fill us in, Corey. CLS.
Future, the rapper.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Really? You talk about Future with Nine Baby Daddy Future?
Nah, nigga, Future, the rapper Future from Atlanta. She was dating him first. Everybody knew. He was rapping. He was rapping about her. Yeah, she was with Future.
You telling me something new right now?
Dude,
I didn't know that. Damn.
To like current events. Nah, she was fucking Future first, way before Marcus Jordan. Because he was messing. Well, I think Future was messing with was it Steve? Was it Laura? What's her name? Laura Harvey. Steve Harvey's daughter.
Ain't that the one Michael B. Jordan dated?
Yeah, that's the same one.
No, but Future dated her first though. He dated Michael. He dated Laura Harvey too, and he also rapped about her in his music. Yep. So he went from
Future be snatching them then.
Dude, Future be getting it in, bro. Since
Future did the whole like game seminars and shit.
He dude. Like when he broke up with Sierra, when they broke up, he just been hopping, bro, because he had both of them. Yep.
Because Laura Harvey, she's with Franklin Saint now, ain't she?
Yeah, I guess they're kind of dating or something like that now. Yeah. That's Damson Idris.
I'll never understand the celebrity dating pool, man. It's like you hear 1 minute with somebody, then the next. It's like, what the hell?
They're doing the same. That's why I was telling him they're doing the same thing that we're doing. Except they're just doing it with other celebrities. You know what I mean? That celebrity, that circle, them top Because I was gonna bring that up, but we can focus on the question first, and then I'll give you.
We'll break that down afterwards.
I think I don't. Well, I guess it depends on what he wants. I don't know him personally. Like we ain't like friends with the guy, nothing like that. But I think it depends on what he wants long term. If he wants to get married and have children, she's not the one for him. He might be just doing it because she's beautiful. You know what I mean? He want that arm candy, but other than that, I don't see any reason why he would think he would have something long term with her. And I'm pretty sure his father told him the same thing. Like why are you dating her? There's like a million women you could be dating right now. Why her?
Yeah, I agree.
He got options. You know what I'm saying? He comes from royalty. I mean, that's Michael Jordan's son. I mean, dude, you can date any woman you want. You know what I mean? Why her?
Yeah, because I know he got bread too, don't he? I mean, shit, he's got a. I know he's working in a family business and stuff like that. So yeah, so it's not like he's. You said he was trash in basketball though. I remember that last.
Yeah, he played and he. No. He wasn't trash though. He was slightly. I think he was slightly above average. I saw the highlights of him and his brother playing college ball. They play ball in Florida. Yeah, like I would say slightly above average. Because they was nowhere near as good as their dad when he was. Huh?
That's some big ass shoes, like we talked about.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, dude, I wouldn't even play basketball if Michael Jordan was my dad. I'd have been playing. If Michael Jordan was my dad, I would have been playing. I've been boxing or playing soccer or some other shit. I would have tried to master some other sport. Not no damn basketball.
Yeah, I would have played foosball or some shit.
Foosball.
I was playing something. Yeah, right. You were playing fucking racquetball or tennis or some other shit. You've been doing something else. Try to master another sport, not basketball, bro. Those are big.
You would think it would work the other way around though, because considering that they're Michael Jordan's son, man, right? Get the easy pass. You know what I mean?
Nah, but it's just. But if you really think about it, all of these top tier dudes like that, these dominant, these athletes, these superior athletes like LeBron and all them, they all got kids. I mean, those are just big shoes to fill, man. That's a big shadow casted over all these guys, man. Even Biggie's son, he was rapping for a little while. He's not that good.
He's not gonna live up to his pops.
Huh?
He's not gonna live up to his pops though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you got all these celebrity sons. I'm saying they just got these big shoes to fill, man. And they're not gonna be able to do it. They're not gonna be able to reach that level as their dads. At least I don't think so. I don't know. I have to think about it.
Bronny a beast.
Bronny's good.
I like him a lot.
He's good.
I promise in future.
He's all right.
He's good.
You say he's all right? Have you seen him play?
No, I'm just hating.
Yo, and I was telling and I was telling him, where's he going to is it Southern California? Was it USC, right?
Yeah, USC.
And I was telling him, Dennis Rodman's son wants to transfer to that school, the same school, so he can play ball with him. You saw it on the news, right? Dennis Rodman.
No, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I was telling him about it the other day. Dennis Rodman, he wants to transfer to school so he can play with Bronny, and then also Dennis Rodman his daughter plays soccer. I think she plays college. She might be. I think she's still playing in college, or she might be pro now, but she plays soccer. Yeah. That's gonna be dope. I think that'd be dope to see them play together in college.
Now, all fairness, I ain't never seen Dennis Rodman's son play ball at all, so I don't know if like his pops or not.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start checking him out. I saw Carmelo's, man. Carmelo's kid's nice.
Yeah, but dude, he gotta be. Dude, if you go into a D1 school, isn't that a Division I school?
Yeah, they all up in there.
Dude, so you got to. That's what I'm saying. You gotta be good to make that team, bro.
Yeah.
Unless I don't think he's gonna be a red shirt. He's gonna be like sitting on the bench and just going to practicing with him and not playing.
Well, of course not, man. Look who his father is. They ain't gonna
exactly. Dennis Rodman. Yeah, but I don't mean
so. CLS, you're giving Marcus a pass on this. You don't think he's foul for it? Just
no. If it's not gonna be him, it's gonna be some other guy. You know what I mean? Some other guy who has a little bit of money in his pocket, a little bit of fame. It'd be some other dude. Because like I said, she dated Future before him. And now she just went to a ball player. That's all. Well, Michael Jordan's son.
All right, Taj, I'm kicking this to you now, this question. So do you think Marcus Jordan is foul for hooking up with Scottie Pippen's ex-wife?
No, I don't think it's foul. I'm kind of both. I don't know. I see it from Scottie's standpoint, but also I see it from what CLS is saying too, man. It's like, listen, it's a code. It's a code you gotta follow. You know what I mean? Type of deal.
What do you mean, like a guy code or a girl code type stuff? What code?
Yeah, man. It's like he like for real.
What code? He ain't friends with Future. Guy code only applies if you're friends with the other guys that she dated.
No, I think he's talking about you're talking about Jordan since they were like teammates and stuff.
That cool. Jordan and Scott. But I don't think they were like best. Scottie and Jordan wasn't BFFs.
I mean, I get that, but it's like, your son now mess with the woman. It's like how does my dick taste now? Like, you know what I mean? Your son on the woman, like, you know what I mean?
Nah, I don't.
For real, I don't know. I don't know.
But it's not. But Michael Jordan is not the one doing it though. I mean, like the only reason he's in the equation because that's his son. But he not.
That's true. That's true. And they do be marrying some young ass women too, man.
Yeah, he's already married. Jordan's already married to some Colombian chick.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you like what you like. It's your business. I don't know. I for one wouldn't want my man's son mess with my woman. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'd be like, hey man, what's up with all that? I thought we was better than that. You know what I mean? That's showing me that you now had eyes on her the whole damn time. Like, you know what I mean?
You know what's funny? And you know what's funny? The woman that the Colombian chick that Jordan married is actually younger than Larsa. Because Larsa Pippen is like she gotta be like 50, right? Is she like 50 years old?
50 or 40, yeah.
50s. Yeah, she's gotta be at least 50 years old. Yeah,
she up there. Yeah,
Jordan's wife.
Dude, the woman that Michael Jordan's married to, I think she's probably like in her mid-30s. Yeah,
I'm about to say
he had another kid.
I'm freaking 20.
He married a young woman. I think he had another daughter too with the chick that he married.
Wow.
Yep.
And these niggas be
so
tripping.
Think about it.
Right.
So I would be. So if he was my son, I was like, why are you dating some older broad? I'm saying like some older chick or whatever, where you can find a younger woman and somebody who's fertile. Because he's probably gonna want kids at some point, right?
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Now I'm thinking on it, man. I love me some older women, bro.
Yeah, I love older women too. I'm just saying. I'm just
women, so I guess he's younger than the son's standpoint with this. Yeah.
Right. No, I love older women too. I'm not saying that. But I'm not Marcus Jordan though. I'm just saying I'm not Marcus. I'm just saying, he's probably he don't have no kids right now. I'm just saying at some point he's gonna want some kids. Not saying you have other alternatives to having children. You can adopt or you can find a surrogate. I mean, so I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship, but I'm just saying.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was foul until Pippen kind of started talking that shit. Then I was just like, you know what, man? Maybe Marcus is like, you know what? This is payback for my father. Something like that.
I don't think so, man.
He could be a little salty because of that.
Because he was talking shit about his dad. So you're gonna date? I'm gonna bang his ex-wife because he was talking shit about my dad.
Maybe, man. Because he's like, okay, this dude talking shit. This is the brand. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. Come on, man.
It's 2023.
This dude hating.
Man. We get revenge a different type of way now.
Mm-hmm. He's like, look, I ain't gonna pull up on Scottie, but hey, his wife out here, she went Future.
Hell yeah.
But I'm just saying though. But at one point, I mean, Future is still like one of the hottest artists come out of Atlanta, bro, and he's still relevant. He's still making good music. And every time,
nah, man. Hey, but I'm saying he got like 9 kids. So for somebody to kind of mess with him, man, like
9 kids.
Yeah, my man got 9 kids.
Yeah, he do, bro. Every time he releases a new album, he have a new baby.
What's up?
You do. I'm not even joking. Yo.
You said that's the marketing scheme?
Man, that
kids sold separately?
Yeah. So I don't know if it's, man, every time he put out a new album, it's a new baby too. It's like a new chick pregnant. So I don't know, man. He just fucking and making records. What do you want me to say?
I mean, it's just a weird dynamic though, man, because they were teammates for so long, man. It's just like, did she come across like Marcus Jordan when he was like a kid at the game and stuff? I think
he was like
gave my man some cotton candy. You know what I'm saying?
Always gave him the eye.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, that is kind of gross now you think about it.
No,
yeah.
I don't know if you were smart with you.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
Sorry, it's like
friends.
Huh?
Oh man, I don't mind that. I don't mind older women.
I love older women too. I mean, so I don't know if you consider her like maybe she's a fucking bobcat, a cougar, panther. I don't know.
Me either, man. If you got
that's cougar range. Yeah, she's about 5 years out of that older woman stage. Yeah, she's cougar territory.
Yeah,
because I mean, Scottie Pippen's son, he's about the same age as like Marcus and them. That's what I'm saying. Like, did they know each other?
He's younger though. You talking about
like a little younger, but I know they got like older kids too. That's what I'm saying. Like,
okay, yeah, he has other kids too.
Like around that age range. That's what I'm saying, man. That's why it was a little odd to me. I'm like, damn, did y'all like ever like come across each other or hang out? But it seems like maybe they didn't, because like you said, they got all this animosity, man. It's
they used to. I'm pretty sure they used to hang out at each other's houses and probably like do shit outside of basketball too. You know what I mean? Just kind of like just hang out and shit with.
Like my man Marcus had the toy truck. Like, damn, she fine.
How old is he?
Who, Marcus?
Yeah.
Man, let me pull that up. Let me look at it.
I have to look it up.
Yeah, because that's gonna tell us everything. He got to be in like
he's 32. 32.
Oh yeah.
He's 32 years old. He's only 32. Yeah, Larsa Pippen hit Marcus Jordan with fake photo contact early in relationship. It's on TMZ. That shit's on TMZ. That's fucked up.
Oh yeah, that's on TMZ. Told you, man.
Yeah, that's fucked up, yo.
Yeah, Marcus is scheming. I'm telling you, man. Marcus was like, all right, you want to talk some shit about my father, huh? You out here talking greasy about
but it was Larsa Pippen doing that shit. She's the one, because girls do that shit all the time. They'll save a number in their phone and they put like their girlfriend's name and like some other picture.
But what was the name they put on there? Because I read that earlier too. It was like Marcus. She gave my better fake name to like throw off Scottie.
Yeah, it's his fake name and sell early in relationship. So she probably put like Mandy in there or some shit like that. and Mandy is Marcus, and she probably put like a picture of some chick. That's fucked up. In case Scottie or somebody went through her phone and he would see Mandy on the screen. So I don't know. So Scottie be like, who the fuck is Mandy? You talk to Mandy a lot. So I don't know.
But Scottie does seem like a hating ass dude, man. Because he had to know she was kind of out there like that. Because like you said, she was with Future. She was kind of after they broke up, man. She was like, "Look, I want these young dudes, man. I don't give a damn who they are. I don't care about their rep." She was smearing Scottie's name out here like that.
Just want young penis. That's all. Young peen. So she's 48. So
she's 48. Yeah. Okay, damn. Well, yeah, that's cougar territory. I think 45 to like 52. That's cougar.
I don't give a damn. 48. Age ain't nothing but a number to me, man. Age ain't nothing but a number, y'all.
So Taj, what's the highest you'll go?
The number. Tell that to R. Kelly did.
Oh, R. Kelly on the opposite end.
I'm about to say,
we talk about.
Yeah, keep on thinking age just a number. You're gonna get a bowling score just like R. Kelly. Keep on thinking that shit. That motherfucker got a bowling score. He got a bowling score. On fucking years.
I think on up. You know what I'm saying? The farthest I'll go will be probably 48.
48?
Yeah. That's the highest I'll go, 48.
I did some older women.
Ain't nobody pulling no damn.
What's the oldest for you, CLS?
You might not believe me if I tell you.
62.
No, she's
75.
60s.
I knew it. I knew it.
No, like 69, dude. Like 69.
Which I go play bingo and shit?
No. I'm not gonna go in details about it, but yeah, it was just an older woman that I met. Older woman. No, we didn't play bingo. I mean, shit. Okay. If we did, what's wrong with bingo? Like, people like bingo. What's wrong with bingo?
Yeah, no. It's a lot of like grandmothers in there and stuff. You know, nice little nice ambiance in there. Pretty mellow.
Get your pretty boots and shit.
Yeah.
That's funny. Hey, look, ain't nothing wrong with it. You like what you like. You like what
you like. No doubt, man.
I'm wrong with dating older women.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
So where were you, like walking by like a nursing home or something?
Damn nursing home, man.
He be out there with the binos and stuff at the nursing homes, like, oh shit, potential.
I'll save that story for another time. I ain't gonna tell it all here. I ain't telling that story.
You're curious now because I am curious.
Nah, like
yeah, you got it.
It's like dating apps, bro. Like, like Bumble, Tinder, stuff like that. But you gotta understand, like, like some older women do like to date younger guys too, because they got more energy. They got more energy to do shit.
They got more energy. After their 5 naps?
Well, no. Well, let me give you. I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. Like, before I met the mother of my kids in 2011. No, I dated a woman. I dated this woman or whatever. She was at the time I was like 32. She was like 48. You know what I mean? So she's a few years away from 50. So and that was pretty much with her or whatever. I mean, we got along well, but I think ultimately the deal breaker was she didn't want any more children. I mean, no, she was 47. That's what it was. She was 47. So she could have had another kid, but she was just like, I think it was more about the process of going through the process of raising another child. What's the thing that turned her off? She was like, because when I met her, she had a daughter that was in college. Her daughter was like 22, and she had a son that was 25. So she was just like, she wasn't really excited about the idea of, getting remarried and raising another child, you know what I mean, with a younger guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
So that's what it was.
That's a hell of a gap.
But on the flip side, the guy she dated after me, she was telling me how that was going. This dude was like around her age. I think he was about 49, 50 years old. But this dude, man, he was like the total opposite of me, and that was the turnoff. She was like, on her second date, this dude came and she invited this guy over to her house. The minute he showed up, he popped his trunk and he poured out like a basket full of laundry and shit. This mother just came to her house and decided to do laundry. Then he sat on her couch, made a sandwich, and he was just like watching like sports on TV, like ESPN type shit. And she's like, well, and she's the type of person, she like to go sightseeing and ride bikes and go to the beach and like do activities, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But he was like the opposite of that. He wasn't very active outside of the house. He basically just wanted to stay in the house and eat sandwiches, watch sports, and just fuck, pretty much. That's my. She didn't say that. I say all that, but I'm guessing.
He was chilling. He was on my time. Yeah. Like, baby, I'm about to do this laundry. I'm about to watch Jeopardy.
She invited his ass over to do no fucking laundry. Man, I said, dude, you gonna come on your second date? You gonna show up with a basket of laundry or somebody at a date's house?
Hey, that's kind of gangster. He was like, look, I need to do these whites. Stop playing.
Right, it's my shit now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When I was talking to her, we was actually going out doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, going to the city, was going to the movies, went to a museum. You know what I'm saying? We was actually like doing activities, and that's what women like. And it doesn't matter age, it doesn't matter how old they are. You know what I'm saying? They just want to actively do stuff. You know what I mean?
Right, I get that.
Yeah, and even when you get, I mean, you can probably, I mean, even when you get married, it's kind of like you still got to continue dating your wife. You know what I mean? Every week you still got to date her. You know what I mean? Like like it's your first date. You know what I mean? The same way you got her, the same way you gonna keep her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a game right there, CLS. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're the only one married in this circle right now, so I mean, like, you can give us marriage advice.
I'm a low life though. I'll do laundry at your crib. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You're doing laundry at nobody's house, man. That's just crazy. That was funny. That was a funny story. I was like, man, he showed with 2 baskets of laundry and detergent and all that type of shit. That's just crazy.
But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna move to the next question, and this was brought on by you, Taj. This was you wanted us to touch this topic. So it's like, do men get respect and appreciation for being good fathers? So we'll kick it over to you for this one, Taj, and kind of give us some background why you wanted to touch this topic.
Well, for one, it's a lot of good men out here. I'll be specific. A lot of good black men out here that are doing their part in being fathers. In fact, Corey's one of them. I'm sure you're one of them too. You know, where I feel like we're not getting enough credit. You know what I mean? I've seen some, you know, that just you kind of look for every little thing to bash at. And I get on social media, like Instagram, I get on Facebook, and I see how women always say, you know, these niggas ain't shit, don't do this. I'm like, you talking about my man's over here. Like, are we talking about the same dude? Because just because he ain't fulfilling your needs doesn't mean he ain't doing what's best for the child. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want women to understand, like, it's way deeper than what they think. You know, and I'm being for real when I say this, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but also let me know if you agree. You know, as soon as a woman is like, as soon as women are brought into this world, you know what I'm saying? They're given everything, like the easy bake ovens, the strollers, the baby dolls, the kitchen sets, everything, you know, like they're already taught and already pretty much engulfed in the nurturing field. Where us guys, however, is told, put that baby doll down, you know, don't do that, because they're afraid of us coming out being either gay or whatever.
Feminine, yeah.
So it's just like, they be like, oh, they're so insensitive, they don't know how to do this. You know what? You're damn right. Because whenever we did show emotion, we would be told to suck that shit up. Don't be a punk or don't be a sissy. You know what I mean? Or, you know, like I was actually told, put that baby doll down. I put it down. I never touched a baby doll again in my life. To where now, mama, guess what? I got a baby doll now. And I don't know what the hell to do with her. Because I wasn't, you know, acting like I was a father, like the girls are when they're kids. They go and play house when they're young. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, I'm a mother, I'm doing this. We don't get that. We're given a controller and we're playing on the Xbox and playing games, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
I played house in my neighborhood.
Well, we didn't play.
I played house with the girl across the street. Yeah. Oh yeah, I played house.
Not all. But what I'm saying, I'm just speaking from personal experience. You know what I mean? You know, it ain't all of us that get that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You get where I'm hit. You get where I'm hitting.
No, I get what you're saying.
That's all I'm saying. It's
we did play house though. I mean,
it's much deeper than what most think. That's all.
Yeah, it is.
So Taj, when you kind of hear this language, man, it kind of bothers you a little bit because
it bothers me a lot because I actually had a dude. I actually had to like he literally was about to opt out of his child life. He was like, for all this shit that she's saying, I might as well just leave this child alone. And like, don't ever do that. But he felt powerless because everything that he was trying to do was overseen for all the BS that he did do prior to that. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, I'm up here trying to find my way. He said, as all of us are. I'm like, you're not alone. We all had to find our way. We're not all just knowing how to do these things. You know what I mean? That mother's love is closer to God. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to equal that. We're trying. You know what I mean? But it's like not a lot of us are given enough credit for it. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I think just being a parent, period. I think it's a thankless job sometimes. You know, you definitely want to take on your responsibility. So it's like, man, you don't go around looking for a pat on the back, but you know, just like you said, being a man, we're taught to separate ourselves from emotions. And then, like you said, it's like, man, you got to go out there. I think sometimes like females don't understand, like you got to go out there and build yourself because, you know, we're turned to bring solutions and, you know, put out the fires and stuff. So, you know, there's no, what's that book that you could get for like dummy, whatever, like, you know, there's no book that's handed to you that has like all the lessons of life in it and stuff like that. So it's just like, man, sometimes you got to go out there, you got to stumble and stuff. And, you know, life is just a long process. Like even when you kind of have your stuff together, you know, you're still going to come across some stuff that's unexpected. So, I think a lot of times, you know, people do put them pressure on people and, you know, just don't know how to humanize it to a certain degree where it's just like, damn, okay, you know, they are trying to find themselves also. But meanwhile, while taking care of a family, and you're getting hit with all that stuff. So, I definitely think this is a good topic. It does need to be talked about more, you know, so we all have that understanding with each other because, you know, a lot of the divorce rate in America is pretty high because people just lack that understanding and that compassion for, you know, other people and stuff. But CLS, I'll turn it over to you, man, to touch on this.
Yeah, I was going to touch on what you were saying. Yeah, it's a generational thing. Because now it's like people our age, like the younger people, man, they get divorced for dumb reasons all the time. You know, you see, I seen a story, a guy leave his wife because she fuck up a cup of coffee or a sandwich now. But back then, you know what I'm saying? People, they would do it. You fuck up a sandwich, you're ready to get a divorce. If his wife fuck up a sandwich or a hamburger. they dumbass reasons all the time. But, you know, like when our parents were growing up, though, they just stayed together, bro. Like my parents been together since 1976. And they got married since 76, and they got married in 91. Now, like, they're still together. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying my dad wasn't no angel. He fucked up. You know what I'm saying? He had some side chicks too throughout the years. He did what he did. But what I'm saying is they found a way to work through it though. And then like
CLS out here snitching.
No, I did one say,
man. Your pop's gonna put hands on you next time he see you. Like, I know he ain't put me on blast.
He knows, man. Dude, how do you think my little brother got here? I got a 36-year-old brother, bro. He knows, man. He knows. Cause me and my brother, we talk about a lot of stuff. Like as we got older, we were talking about a lot of stuff. Nah, man, you know, my mom forgave him, took him back, and they worked through that shit. That's what I'm saying. But not even just, you know, my pops are just like the people from the neighborhood. Remember, you know, the community that we grew up in. All of our neighbors, I'm saying, they've been with their wives since like high school. You know what I mean? The last 40, 50 years. So those were our examples growing up. You know, saying how to keep a marriage going, you know, how to work through your problems and all that stuff. They just stayed together, bro. Like, but now, and I think I was telling him the other day, like if you don't have a male present, like you don't have like a positive male figure in your life, like if your dad's not around, if you don't have like a big brother or uncle or older cousin or somebody to kind of mentor you and guide you and teach you how to be a man. I mean, you know what I mean? Right. Ain't nobody trying to teach you. There's always gonna be a learning curve. You know what I mean? And you gotta go through all that stuff and just kind of learn as you go. And you're gonna learn a lot from your mom too. But you know, I guess when it comes to something
teach you, it's only so much your mother can teach you.
Exactly. Because then you might not confide. You might confide in in a man, you know, before you confide in your mother about like certain things. It's like I have a daughter now too. I'm pretty sure, you know, when she gets older, there's gonna be things she's gonna discuss with her mother, but she's not gonna feel comfortable talking to me about it. You know,
I'm going through that shit now.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. She's just not, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, just a comfort thing. It's just, you know.
Yeah, I get that.
But then you do, but I have dated women. I'm saying, like I've met people over the years, and it was just like their dads wasn't around for whatever reason. So now it was kind of like so they help, you know, they taught their son things that a guy would teach their son, like, you know, like how to change a tire, how to use a condom, like, just everything that a man would probably teach his son. You know what I'm saying? Just his mom was doing it, you know. So sometimes they got to be the mom, the mother, and the father. You know, in some cases.
I hear that, man.
Yeah. Real shit.
We all got mommy and daddy issues, man. That play this whole little cycle. So I think everybody should really take that into consideration. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, because I definitely like this. You bringing up this topic because, like you said, it's just like people just got to have more understanding. And like what CLS was hitting on, it's just like, you know, try to work through some things if you could. I know there's some certain acts that somebody steps over that. There's no looking back, but it's just like, man, having both people there.
Yeah.
And being those examples, man, that helps out a ton, man. Like I think sometimes, you know, just being human nature, we think the other person should be perfect, and it's like, man, you're not gonna be perfect yourself. So it's just like, man, you gotta take that in consideration and stuff. So I had to learn that myself, man. And you know, just to give everybody some background, CLS and I was in the military for like 20 years ago. You know, we were stationed with each other, so you know, been my friend for a while. So you know, I could say like going in the military definitely helped me like grow and stuff like that. And you know, just kind of seeing other guys that have different points of views, man. You know, I started tapping into like CLS. I asked him for his point of view, and I'd be like, damn, maybe I'm wrong how I'm looking at stuff. So you know, sometimes you got to do stuff like that also. You know, tap into your network and stuff like that, because it's like, man, you ain't gonna have all the damn answers, you know. And I was telling people gonna lift you up.
And I was telling him about that earlier when we were talking on the phone. I was telling him about when we were in the military and like some of the things that we experienced when we was in there. We was in Texas. Yeah, I learned a lot. And we did a lot.
We were some knuckleheads, man.
Yeah, you know, I spent the beginning years of my adulthood in the military. I was 20 years old when I went in. You know, so You're still kids though. I mean, like you leaving home for the first time. I was telling them about that. I said, you're leaving everything. You're going to the military. You're 19, 20 years old. You're going away from everything that you know. Your family, your friends, and you're experiencing new things, and you're gonna get homesick, and it's just like,
Yeah.
That's when you start gaining like that real life experience when you're away from everything that you know for the first time.
Did you think that was like pretty pivotal, like with your like just growth altogether and stuff?
Yeah, with growth.
That experience.
Mm-hmm. It was, man. It just, you really don't know anything. It's just like you being like just set free out in the wild, and it's just like, you're just kind of like just learning as you go. You're just kind of picking up information as you go. You know what I mean? And just, yeah. And it's just it's growth. It's like any new thing you experience in life, it's just growth. Like when I was 32, I pretty much skated through my 20s. I didn't father any children when I was in my 20s. I had my son when I was 33. You know what I mean?
You had them later, man.
Yeah, I was later. And then a lot of my friends, they started out of high school. You know what I mean? 18, 19, 20 years old. They just started popping out babies. All through their 20s, they had kids. Yeah,
you trying to take a shot?
Yeah.
Trying to take a shot, Corey?
Trying to take a what?
You trying to take a shot?
Nah, he was taking what I mean. I remember because I remember we were at like at the Fort Hood and Dominic. I had him. You remember? He was out there cutting some grass, and he was up there trying to push the lawnmower and stuff. So
yeah, I remember we went to we had just got back from California. We went to the Mojave Desert. We was out there for a couple months, and I remember when we came back. I think that summer. I think we left in May, and then we came back in almost August. Isn't Dominic's birthday in August?
Yeah, it's in August.
Yeah, because I remember he turned.
That's
1.
my son.
His son.
Got you.
He turned 1. I was at his first birthday party when he turned 1. And that was the first time I met like the family,
Yeah, that's when Maze was at the house asking for some mathematics book.
I don't remember that, yo. But he would always say like some funny stuff though, man. We're gonna get him on here one of these days.
But so you two are cousins, first cousins, or just to good people?
Yeah, I'm related to on his mom's side. I'm related to his mother.
Okay.
Yeah, mother, grandfather.
So Taj, you be tapping in, getting some of that wisdom and knowledge and stuff.
Honestly, my experiences, my experiences is why I am the way I am now. I mean, my mom taught me all she could, you know what I'm saying? But things I witnessed growing up with her, because of course she was going through her own stuff, to then, me making my poor ass decisions growing up, and you see how it's molded me now, I can honestly say I kind of, I don't know, because it's not a lot of people, but it's quite a few people that walk into my life, especially, I'll go ahead and say this too, like the mother of my child actually helped mold me into the man that I am now too, because when she did get a hold of me, I wasn't shit.
I mean, how were you? How old was your mother when she had you?
My mother was 20.
20? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Young, man. She was young.
She was 20.
Mm-hmm.
And young. Of course, I didn't have my father, of course, typical black man story. Didn't really have him like anything. In fact, he was put in when I was a baby for real. So I didn't really get the chance to meet him until officially meet him and hug him and stuff until I was about 18 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm actually having to understand his side too, because I used to be mad at him. I'm like, look, you out and you ain't really messing with me like nothing, man. What's the deal? But now that I'm 28 now, and I'm thinking back on it, I'm like, I gave that man all this hell when I didn't realize he was 24 when he went in. So when he got out, he was 24. Like, you know what I mean? So I had to, it's all about understanding. So that's pretty much what I'm saying with this topic. Yeah, if everybody, regardless of the situation, you just take the time to try to understand one's point of view and where they're coming from, and everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Let me ask y'all a question, man, because you brought up something, Taj, and it was like just growing up as a guy, and then even doing the shit we did at CLS, you go in the military, and you got to detach even more emotionally from certain jobs and stuff like that. Yeah. Did you guys kind of struggle being super emotional with your kids? I love my son, but I recognize looking back, I was very detached emotionally, probably a little more aggressive just being in environments that I had oh, you can't do this, you can't do that,
Yes.
Just over the top with it.
That feels good to hear you say that, because I have been putting myself through hell because of how I've been for the past month or so, few months with my daughters. I kind of did what a parent shouldn't do, not intentionally, but everything that's happening right now with me, they kind of felt that a little bit. You know what I mean? I tried hard to hide it, but it just went over the brim. I'm just like, you know, I'm so emotional, act out of emotion. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was like, no, don't do this, don't do that. You know, hold on for a minute, just give me a minute. And it's almost to the point where I had to feel like they were kind of an annoyance to me. To now where it's like, I'd rather go to mommy now for this, you know, because daddy, I don't know what's going on with you. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm glad to hear you say that for real. You actually opened up a door just now for me because I was stubborn for real, not seeing it that way, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't want to make no excuses for it. I was like, you know, I'm a tool right now. I'm a piece of crap. You know, I'll get it together. But really, it was just my emotions getting the best of me, and I kind of had them feel that shit. You know what I mean? It ain't fair. So, girls, if y'all end up watching this podcast, please accept Daddy's apology. I love y'all with all my heart.
Now that's big of you to admit that. You know, like it took me, like I said, I kind of honestly probably too late, but yeah, I think like having these discussions, man, like showing people that other side, like, hey, man, we are human. You know, nobody's gonna be perfect, but you could take some nuggets from us. You know, try to be a little better. You know, that's all we could do and stuff. You know, so I do talk to my son now because he's probably like 20, 21 and stuff like that. So I just had to tell him, you know, hey, a lot of things you're just not going to know, but this is why you need to structure your life different. So, you know, you get your time back and, you know, you can be a little different, you know, with your kids and stuff like that. So, you know, it's like giving people those lessons and stuff like that. So I like what you were saying, Taj, but yeah, just, you can't beat yourself up, man. It's just like, hey, just when you get some information, man, just, you know, you got to make them improvements, but, you know, just you're human, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just don't hold it in. Don't hold it in. Like, I'm just now getting into the flow of things as far as expressing myself. I've never been the type to really do that. So, like, I usually just hold it in. You know what I mean?
I don't think you're never going to stop learning, though. Like, I think you're always going to continue learning as you go, you know, as you grow older and your kids get older. Yeah, I mean, I guess the hardest thing for me, I mean, the distance between, you know, me and where my kids are now. So that's been hard for me just because, you know, like if you live in two different households, you know, your kids live with their mom and, you know, you live somewhere else. It's like it's hard to maintain that closeness, you know, that connection. You don't want to lose that connection, that bond with your kids.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
Sometimes with the distance, it's kind of hard to keep that closeness. You know what I mean? And then you start to feel like you don't know them anymore because you don't see them as much. When you see your kids
man, you're fly.
Huh? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You see your kids on the like if you go from living in a household with your kids and, you know, seeing them on a daily basis, and then you go from not seeing them until like, you know, like 2-3 months at a time. As far as like, you know, in person, then it's different, you know.
Yeah.
But I give you a lot of credit, CLS. And I think Taj was about to go there too, man, for what you do, because, you know, you got a whole international type situation. So, man, you know, the time you do put in, man, that's probably meaningful too. They probably won't understand it as much when they're younger, but, you know, when your kids grow up and they gonna recognize, like, you know, what you do to go see them and stuff like that, man, it's definitely gonna sit pretty good with them. So, I just want to give you some kudos for that.
I think so, but that's what we were talking about with the Nick Cannon situation, because we don't know where all of these mothers live, or they even live in the same city. So how is he able to balance all that time out with the kids? Because at the end of the day, that's what kids need the most. Just love and time and love.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
just time and love. It's not about the money, because I mean, you know, he's well off, but he's not going to be able to give them an equal amount of time.
Shit, if you keep it up,
huh?
If you keep it up, he ain't.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Because I mean, his situation, I don't know where the mothers live. Like, I guess if they all lived in the same city, the same state, then I guess he could kind of find a way.
But see, that's the issue I had, because it's like he was purposely creating chaos. Like, I understand, like, it's like most people, it's like you'll have your kids and then you just, you know, something happens and you should try to like stop after that point.
Right.
But it's like he's just keep on creating, and that's the issue I have with dudes like that. It's just like, hey, man, you could, after you have like a set of kids and it didn't work out well, man, you got to learn from that whole situation, and you shouldn't be like having another set of kids unless it's like under good terms and stuff. But it's just like it's kind of a game to some of these dudes, man, and that's where we got to give some of that pushback.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right, man. Y'all got me a little sad on this topic, man. We got
because it's real, man. That's why I said, like, yo, especially the brothers, man. We gotta come together and start talking about this stuff more often, man. Because we don't, and it messes with us up here. You know, we let the world tell us that we ain't shit, that we deadbeat dads. No, we not. We not.
As long as it's about you breaking the cycle, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
just because your dad wasn't around, you have to be a better example for your children. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Be better than your dad. That's what it's about, really. You don't want to repeat that cycle. You know what I mean? Be that type of person, that type of guy.
Real talk.
Nah, I think like these conversations, man, honestly, like doing podcasts and just talking to people, man, is definitely therapy to me. So, shit, if y'all listening, man, and
shit, y'all help me out, bro. I just came to reality, man. I try not to bust a tear, man. For real, man. It took a lot to really say that, but that's been wearing on my brain for a minute. Like,
because just talking to other people, man, I didn't realize like I had some issues, man, until I started talking. I was real detached, man. I came back overseas because after we got out the military, when I went overseas for all them years and stuff.
I told him about it. You went to
Kuwait, man. I stopped talking to people, man, because I was just so like high strung, man. I was wired. I was like, man, you don't think like me. I was like, I can't even talk to you, man. That's how bad it was, man. On that high testosterone shit, I was like, leave me alone, man. And you ain't built like me, man.
Because remember I was telling you about that earlier. I was telling Tom about that earlier. Like we were talking on the phone. I was telling about that. You went over there because I almost went over there. You were telling me about the jobs.
I was trying to pull you over there. I'm glad you didn't though.
He was like, just come over here for like a year. Stack some money up. We were talking about music and all that stuff. So I almost went over there because I think it didn't. You said you met there was some people over there that we knew from Fort Hood that was there. Yeah,
there was quite a few people, man. It was like a hangout after a while, but all right, we're gonna jump into the last topic, and this is actually going to be like a new segment that we're going to try out, and we grabbed some questions that we saw on different platforms that people, I'll say, put a question on the platform and they look for people to respond to it. So we're going to take some of those questions and we're going to start like trying to put solutions to these things and stuff like that. We're going to have some fun with it. You might get some good advice. You might get some bad. CLS and Todd's probably going to give you the good advice. I'm going to give you the bad part. So here's the question right here. Getting married too young, good or bad idea? And Taj, we're going to you first on this one.
All right. Now, first, before I get started, define young. How young we talking? Like
under 25. If you get married before you turn 25.
No,
there you go. That's CLS set the parameters on this. Thank you, CLS.
Under 25.
That's not a good idea. My reason why it's not a good idea is because you guys don't know one another at all. Worth a damn. For some reason, people love throwing the word love around. People think love is emotion. Love is not emotion. Love is action. First, you got to understand that. Secondly, you got to understand sacrifices that come with marriage. Marriage is not just your typical relationship. It's actual commitment. You know what I mean? And that's why you have divorces so early, after you get married, or early annulments and stuff like that, because you got involved and you committed to someone that's only supposed to be in your life temporarily. You know what I mean? You guys grow apart, within those years. You know what I mean? It's like learning that person all over again each year. You know what I mean? So take your time, take things slow, actually get to know somebody. Go through it the old-fashioned way. You'll know if it's really meant to be. It'll be. That person ain't going a damn place, man.
Because I remember like when we was in Fort Hood, he just kind of triggered something. We was in Fort Hood. Remember we used to go to people, the people that used to come. They used to go to the church. And they would try to recruit us and try to get us to come to our church and make this our church home and all that type of shit. Remember that? Remember they used to come knocking on our doors and we lived in the barracks. They used to do that shit like every week, dude. Drag us to church. There was a guy that I met at the church. I kid you not, bro. He met a girl at the church. He was just in the congregation or whatever. I think she might have. It was mostly. I think some of the people there were like it was mostly military personnel, but there was some civilians too.
Yeah.
Long story short, he met this girl at the church. After 2 weeks. He married that chick. I don't even think it was 3 weeks, bro. He married this girl. And I even asked him. And then it was like some months and went by. It was like 2 or 3 months later. This girl's like pregnant and all that stuff. And I asked him, I was like, dude, how long was you dating this girl? Like, I mean, he was like, I don't know, I don't know. And he was getting, you know what it was? Because we were talking about the whole religious thing. Man, people back then, man, I'm pretty sure people are still doing it. They're doing this so they don't feel guilty about having premarital sex. Because
that's what it was.
A lot of those guys, they want to have premaritals. They want to have sex right away. You know what I'm saying? They like this girl and they want to start that honeymoon phase right away. So that's why they were rushing to marriage. Even dudes that would go to clubs, they would go to nightclubs and meet chicks and get married after a couple weeks. We had dudes like that in our company. We was in Fort Hood. Go to a club and meet some chick. He's like, yeah, man, this is the love of my life. I love her and all that. Like, dude, you just bought her a drink last night. You just met her. You wouldn't even know her fucking middle name or last name or favorite color. Nothing.
Shit. It's like you ever seen Love is Blind on Netflix?
Yeah, I've seen that. Ain't no way in hell I could do stuff like that.
They pick these young ass people to get on this show. I may be seeing only maybe a few 30-year-olds or so, but they pick these young people like 25, 26, whatever.
Yeah.
And like I get it. I believe in the whole process of you falling for somebody without even seeing their face because they're getting on the side. I believe that. But you notice those marriages don't last long after the set. Yeah. You know, they're young. They grow apart over the years. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You got to think realistically at the end of the day. You want something to last forever, man. You know what I mean?
Because you're not the same person. And just like, you know, like those couples in high school, they stay together all their whole like 9th through 12th grade, and then they start college and they might go to like separate colleges. Yeah, you're not the same person. You're not going to be like 4 years later, 4 years down the road, you're not going to be the same person you were in high school. And that's why you grow apart. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen a lot of women break up with dudes after college. It was like, I still love you. I'm always going to have love for you. I care about you, but I'm not the same person that you met in high school. You know, I'm not that woman anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. For the most part, I'm gonna say it's a bad idea because I think until you like know yourself, man, and you kind of mature and grow up, it's just it ain't gonna work out. But you do have them couples that because it's kind of a 2-part. I'll say response because like for the most part, I say it's a bad idea because most people are just immature and they got to grow up, you know. Yeah. But I do think like if you are mature, you kind of know who you are. It kind of is a good idea because I think like if you get married to somebody young at that young age and you grow with them, then you know that person's gonna ride with you forever to a certain degree. Because you know if you kind of marry somebody, you know when you're at your peak or you're at your height, you know they're not gonna have the appreciation from like you know kind of growing with you and you know struggling with you a little bit. So they kind of come in there like on some gold digger shit, you know. It's like hey, what me type stuff. So that's the flip side of it. But yeah, for the most part, it's a bad idea.
That's another thing. Like it's like touching on the same thing you were just now saying. That's some good advice right there. People need to take heed in that too. You know how you always hear people say, you guys heard it, I want somebody to be my peace. And this, that, and the other, right? You know, why can't you be your own peace? Be your peace first. That way, whoever's meant to compliment your peace will come to you. You know what I'm saying? If you are what you attract at the end of the day. Am I right?
Yeah, no, that's facts.
So like, stop worrying about somebody being your peace. Be your own peace first, and make sure whoever comes into your life got their peace in order, so that way they don't mess up your peace. You get what I'm saying?
And whoever you choose, that person should improve the quality of your life.
Exactly.
There you go. Make you a better person, or help you become a better man or woman.
Mm-hmm. No, but Taj, I like what you were kind of focusing on because it's just like. You know, when somebody comes in there and they're like, it's like they gotta have a dependency on somebody else for like their happiness or like you said, peace.
I can't.
And it's just like, man, that's you were entertaining at first. You know, what they call it, like the honeymoon phase. It's like, man, you're gonna entertain that stuff, and you're gonna be like, oh man, yeah, I'll do everything, and then it's just you start getting burnt out, man, because you only got so many hours a day when you're adult, man. You so eventually
out of shape for the next person.
That honeymoon phase ain't no joke. That shit can last a couple years. That honeymoon phase, it can last a couple years, and then you burn out, and then like the dick ain't exciting no more, or whatever. You know, whatever it was that attracted you to that dude, or whatever. So just like when we were teenagers and when dudes used to rob the cradle. I'm pretty sure at your high school, I don't know what high school you went to, but at our high school, we was growing up in Easton, dude. I went to school with a girl. This girl was like 16 and her boyfriend was like 21, 22 years old. This dude, you know, he had a car, he had his little studio apartment, thought he was the shit, right?
And so looking back, those dudes was losers, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming down there with a leather jacket.
And like his little two-seater, his little two-bedroom apartment, thought he was the man, had this little 16-year-old chick. And then as soon as she graduated high school, she dumped his ass. I mean, she growing up, dude. I mean, he was dating a fucking kid.
Yeah, them guys. I was just talking to somebody about that. I was like, man, looking back, man, how much of a loser them guys were able to like get to their own age. But real quick, so what y'all think is the perfect age to kind of get married? Would you say
mid-20s?
You said mid-20s, or
like 25, 26? Like, yeah, I was mid-20s, mid to late 20s. Yeah, you got to grow up first. Grow up and experience some things in life. I was telling them. That's what I was telling them. I was like, dude, yeah. By the time you graduate college, you're about what?
Okay. About 20, 24, 25, I think.
About 24, about 23, 24.
21.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you you get your bachelor's, get your master's degree and all that shit. Like, you got your master's, right? And you get your master's?
Yeah, I got my.
Oh, I did.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, I say about 28, 29. Yeah. I think that close to 30 nowadays, because I think we're a little more entitled and stuff. So
yeah, I mean, you got a chance. You got a chance. Like, you completed college, all your schooling, and then you started your career. You got established. You probably went on and bought a house, and you traveled the world a little bit. You know what I mean? You got to see the world a little bit, and now you say, okay, if I meet the right person, now I can settle with this person and we can build a life together, you know?
Me, I don't, honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with you fellas. I don't think there should be an age limit on when you should get married. Do I think you should get married young? Absolutely not. But I do believe in when you truly find yourself and that person will find you if it's meant to be.
Right.
Then you'll know. It's like finding your wedding dress and your tux. When you know, you know. Yeah. It's the same thing when it comes down to finding your true person. If you really take the time and effort to just do you for a little bit, stop searching for others, you know, date a little bit, blah, 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 get your bread up, whatever, you know, truly find yourself and your peace and truly be happy. Don't just say you love yourself, truly love yourself, because what's going to happen is that person that's been looking for you for so long is going to finally find you. And not only does he or she love his or herself, but now you both can love each other properly. And to me, that's the perfect time to really tie the knot. You know what I'm saying? When you both know. That way there ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no uncertainties, no nothing. This is what it is. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a great point. And I think just even from like I'll say resource point, you know, when you start hitting about like 30, 29, you should, like CLS was saying, it's like, man, you should have your degrees done and you getting on the workforce, you know, a little bit, you building up some like a savings and stuff like that. And you're just probably burned down some of that debt. Then now, you know, you could bring your kids in. You're just not always like on the hustle and bustle and stuff like that. Cause I think when you do have kids early, man, it just puts you on that hamster wheel, man. You got to be on that hustle all the damn time. So, you know, you're missing out. Then, you know, your significant other's like, hey, where you at? You're never home. So it kind of starts that other, you know, stuff that kind of goes on. So yeah, man. It's hard to put it, like you said, Taj, an age limit to it, but damn, I'm thinking about it more like, here, let me ask y'all this question, because like it just came to my head. What advice would you give your kids as far as this? So I see, you know, sometimes we'll give advice to people, but then, you know, when you bring it down to your kids, you're like, hey, look, don't get married till about 32 and a half.
Shit, honestly, I'm gonna say I'm probably gonna say the same thing, but at the same time, because they'll be good and grown, they're gonna make their own decisions.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm gonna have to let them make that decision. Like, look, you do what you feel is right. You pray on it and you follow your heart. If you feel like this person is for you, there you go. You know, but it's only so much I can really say during that time. Obviously, if I don't like the guy, I'm gonna let you know, hey, I'll kill him.
Yeah.
But you know, at the end of the day, it won't really be my decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta support your kids no matter what. Like I said, my daughter came to me. That's what I would tell my daughter. I was like, man, just wait until you get school out of the way, and then you figure out what you want to do career wise. And if you would,
You're my and James, this is your show. You mind if I bring on a guest real fast?
No, come on, man.
Hey. Well, you can put your input in it too. She just want to be a part of this particular topic.
No, it is, you guys are talking.
What's going on, Clarissa?
Not much, but y'all talking about topics I've listed out, and like y'all are completely excluding me from this freaking podcast right now. And I'm listening to shit.
You can talk.
And I'm excluded. And I'm like, yo.
Nah, you good. Go. What's your input on this?
You can talk.
Now, y'all done hit all kind of different places I didn't even get a chance to respond on.
Go.
You got 2 seconds. No, I'm joking.
Okay. So y'all were talking about kids and marriage and things like that. I agree with what Taj is saying. There should not be an age limit set on certain things if you haven't found what works best for you before you bring somebody else into your mess. Okay. You can't have a messy situation and say, I want you to come into the picture. Because you're going to have chaos amongst everybody.
Yeah, right.
You know, when it comes to the kids, I kind of seen both sides of it. When you tell a kid don't do something, that's exactly what they're going to do.
Right.
So instead of trying to tell them don't do it, I know I heard you guys mention, have a conversation with them and say, what are you thinking of doing? Where is your mindset at when it comes to this? Understand their point of it. And if you're seeing, hey, red flags here and there, kind of ease it in there. I see a little bit of a red flag. You want my advice, or do you want to find out on your own?
Yeah, I would suggest it. I was like, if that was my daughter, like if I had this conversation with my daughter, I would suggest that she wait. Like I would tell her, okay, she met this guy she was in school with. I was like, okay, I'm not saying you can't continue dating this guy, but you don't have to marry him right now.
Right.
You don't have to marry him right now. You can still see him. I'm not saying break up. and I'm being supportive. I'm just like, but just wait to get married. That's all. Because you know how many people? There's a lot of people
better than me. I'm cock blocking.
Yeah. Oh, well, you're probably cock blocking. I mean, yeah. I'm just saying, but you know, like
I'm
people
set
have, like,
homie up. I'm I'm gonna take his phone, be texting other chicks. I'm sabotaging. Till about 32, I'm like, hey,
get that shot,
stay for yeah.
But like people have those long ass engagements. You know what I'm saying? You see a couple get together and they be engaged for like 20 years. I'm like, nigga, just get married. You gonna marry this person or what? Don't just have these long ass fucking engagements. So I'd rather you just take your time and really date the person before you even consider marriage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good point. But Clarissa, I got a question for you. Since we got a female perspective now, what would you kind of school your daughters on, as far as like, because I know you said you won't give it to age limit, but just based on like kind of your experiences, what would you kind of tell your daughters? My
experiences are horrible, but what I would let them know is please don't feel afraid to communicate. Please communicate. There is nothing that you are going through that I have not done, seen, did, whatever it is you want to put on it. Please come and talk to me. If you're thinking of doing something, let me know. I can give you the guidelines, the pathway to take. If you need daddy's perspective, a man's perspective, let him know. I don't want our kids to be scared to come and talk to us about something that is important and serious, all because you feel like you're going to be judged or you're going to be told, no, you're wrong. Please let me hear what you have to say first before you think that you're automatically wrong or that the way you're going about it is not right. Sometimes our kids are wise and they do know what they want, when they want it, and how they want it. We get in the way of it sometimes because we don't want this to happen. We're nervous. We're scared. We're going to catch you. You're going to fall. Sometimes you need to hear them out first and then go about it. Because from my experience, me being able to talk to my mother, because my dad wasn't really involved, me being able to talk to her and her not passing judgment on situations that were serious helped me actually navigate through it a lot better. And I want to do that the same way with my daughters. I've been through too much stuff for them not to realize, I know what can happen in this situation. And I have stories, he knows them, that I'm not going to mention on here, but there's so many different ways to go about it. So.
Little girls are the reason fathers start gun collections.
Exactly.
They are, they really are. I think so. Yeah, because you really kill somebody, hurt your baby. For little boys, it's in like you don't really coddle boys as much as girls. You know what I mean? Like society, like you talking about society. I think society put women on a pedestal, like from when they're born.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want. They expect us to be out, running the streets and being a whore and just doing dumbass shit all the time. They expect that from us.
I don't think it's okay though, but
well, it's not. I'm not saying it's okay. Right. I'm just saying they expect us to fuck up. That's what I'm saying. They really do.
Yeah.
They expect us to do dumb shit.
But CLS and Taj, I got a question for you guys. Since you guys do have daughters, and as a male father, are you a little more protective of your daughter versus your sons?
Yeah.
Very. I don't know what it is, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Fellas, listen. If it was a boy, if I had a boy, which I would kill to have one, I probably wouldn't be nowhere near as protective as I am about my daughter. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what it is, but
I know what it is.
I'm just like, I don't want you to come across guys like me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get deep. I don't want you to come across guys like me. You know what I mean? I don't want y'all to like, and what I mean by me is the person that I was before, not the one that I'm becoming, but the one I was before, who didn't really show respect for women, kind of treat them like it was nothing, didn't really care about the feelings, didn't care about what came out of my mouth, always hurt somebody's feelings and whatnot. I don't want them to deal with someone like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna knock the nigga's teeth in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Taj, you kind of swelled up over there. Like you could look like you gonna put some hands, like you just did some push-ups, man. Don't be coming on here with no medium, trying to flex on us.
Their fucking chest all poked out. Your chest poked out, but you're taking all that hot air for it.
Hey, CLS, he got my first workout polo shirt on.
Yeah, right. You got the extra small, polo shirt on.
Shut up.
Yeah. Trying to show off the muscles and shit.
Yeah,
I see you.
Pure hate
Over there glistening.
So Clarissa, I heard you chime in though. You were saying you know what it was. What is it? When I was asking them,
detective.
Yeah,
but a little bit, but it is. What if your daughter brings home someone that is just like you?
Oh, it's on World War III.
Right, but for you, as he mentioned, sometimes it's not the good version, but that's what you showed them, and so now they bring it home, and you look like, what the heck is wrong with you? Why would you go for this? That's what you showed me, Daddy.
It's the fathers that teach the daughters their words.
Exactly what.
Oh, for real? So you saying like the lead by example type thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, she's right. If somebody like being how I was before, if they were to bring home a guy like that, that's not only their ass, it's that dude's too. Because I'm gonna be like, who the hell you damn sure not dating him? Like, you know what I mean? But it'll be like I take my own medicine in a way because that's how I was at first.
Yeah, and then little girls like to be rebellious and they start going through that bad boy phase.
Oh,
I hate that. I hate that shit, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I got burned by a chick that went going through that bad boy phase.
No, but that's one question I did have to ask because I'm like, it seems like whatever you tell your kids, they're gonna do the exact opposite. Like even if you're a good parent, so it's almost like you should almost tell them what you don't want them to do.
Kind of. except for ours, man. Ours is like reverse psychology. If you say go and do it, goddamn, they gonna do it. Yeah, that's the crazy part.
Don't say shit.
So you got to be careful because they taking what you're saying literally. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But Clarissa, I did have to disagree with one thing you said. You said kids are wise, and I'm gonna have to disagree with that. They're not that wise.
No,
they're actually
sometimes they can.
No, I'm messing with you.
I did not say that they are wise 100% of the times. They don't got common sense a few times, but there are times where you do see it where it's like, oh, I didn't realize you saw it that way. You know, that's what I'm saying. Not.
So like, that open communication, though, I did like that. You said that's very important, and that helped you out.
That helped me in my situation to have that open communication like that because I didn't feel judged. I could go and say, hey, you know, I got this joint or da da da. How do I handle it? And there's no judgment. And then this is what I've done. Do you want my advice or what are you thinking? Mm-hmm. You know, have that open communication because sometimes they feel like they need to have peer pressure from other people because that's their same age and they don't know what's going on. They've never been through it. Y'all in the same situation right now.
Yeah, just tell them just don't grow up to be like these single women on TikTok getting dating advice from other single women on TikTok. You're like you're a fucking oracle or some shit. Like you getting all your life advice, your life coach advice from single women on TikTok.
Everybody's a coach.
Yeah, that's never been married before. It's always the women that never been married before that give the most advice.
No, they do, man. That's true. That's facts.
I mean, it used to be in magazines, but now it's on TikTok. Those same women on TikTok. It's 30, 40 years later on TikTok now.
But now they got us. We about to solve all the world's problems with these questions. Where we're gonna break them down.
But I ain't gonna take marriage advice from somebody who's never been married before.
They'll listen.
Huh?
If they listen to the advice, take it.
Well, I'm just saying, you're not gonna take marriage advice from a person that's never been married before, though, right? They haven't walked the walk.
You'd be amazed at how many people do, though.
What advice can they give, though? What advice? They don't have the experience.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would. It just depends. You hear the stories, you can be like, all right, well, maybe I don't need to do all that. Right. That was the outcome.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're going by hearsay. They don't have any firsthand experience. Like I'm more inclined to take dating. I'm more inclined to take marriage advice from Steve Harvey. He's been married like 3 times. I'll take advice from him.
I wouldn't take somebody.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah, I would.
No,
I would take advice from him. Yo, he give good advice though, bro. Like I mean, you might.
That's the case. Then why does he
might have to agree?
I'm about to do a breakdown on Steve Harvey. Watch it.
Married, dog. He's married. I think he's married. The woman that he's married to now was like I guess like the woman he cheated on his second wife with, but he wifed her. You know what I'm saying? He was a side chick, but he married her. So.
CLS, you were doing good all show, but you just went off the hinges with the Steve Harvey nonsense.
No, I'm just saying, bro. You got to look at it from both sides, though. People don't agree with everything he says, but he does give good advice, bro. Come on.
I don't know about anybody else in this right now, but
yeah,
I'm only taking advice from somebody who's been in a long-winded relationship, like into now marriage.
Yeah,
and that's their final. That's their last.
It is his last. This nigga's like, was he like 67 now? Yeah,
bro.
This is his last.
Three marriages, though, bro. I'm not taking advice from nobody that had 3 marriages. What happened to the last 2?
He talked about it in his book and in the interviews. He talked about it in interviews.
That's a fail. That's a fail.
Dude, you know the woman he married, right? She was married to like before Steve Harvey. It was like 2 drug dealers, major drug dealers in the city.
I think that was the second wife. That was the second wife. I know you're talking about the second wife.
If she didn't get with Steve Harvey, El Chapo probably would have got some ass.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that.
Oh no. Yo, I'm just saying though, people get divorces for different. I remember we were talking about that a few minutes ago. Like people get divorced for different reasons though. You know what I mean? Like I said. Now people, like I said, what if y'all was married and you got mad at her because she couldn't make a fucking cheeseburger? You divorced her for that dumbass reason. You know, people get divorced for like dumbass reasons all the time, bro.
No, they do.
Nah, my first gonna be my last. So whoever, you stuck with my black ass. Ain't none of that.
So all you should focus on right now is keeping your daughters happy and keeping them off the pole. That's it.
Yeah. No, that's facts. Give them that wisdom, man.
Keep them off the pole.
They better not get on YouTube, bro. They
fucking OnlyFans, the poll and OnlyFans, pretty much.
But all right, we'll go ahead and close this out, man, since we're hitting that mark. But any closing remarks? We'll start with you, Taj.
What you say now?
I said we'll go ahead and give any closing remarks, anything you want to, some departing words, any words of wisdom before we head off.
Yes, it's what I've been saying all night. Please, people, be your own peace. Don't worry about anybody else being your peace. Make sure when you find your peace, you keep it. That is sacred and it's very important. Furthermore, don't let nobody come in messing up your peace. Make sure their peace is in order. That's all I gotta say.
All right, Black Gandhi. All right, Clarissa, we got Clarissa, any departing words? And thanks for pulling up here and giving that a female perspective.
Man, I've been trying to chime in. I'm trying to tell y'all. He kept pushing me off to the side.
It's called the shit guys talk about.
Yeah, you're a guest appearance. All right, Clarissa. Don't be in there starting stuff up over there with Taj. We need him.
He'll be back the next day. He'll be all right.
Yeah. All right. So any departing words or any words of wisdom, Clarissa?
Give is just be you. Don't let no one tear you away from being you. If there's things you want to work on that you say, I need to fix this, and you have the truthful conversation with yourself, then you go about those changes, but don't change for nobody else.
Well said.
Okay. All right, CLS, man. It's on you.
What more can I say? What more can I say? It hasn't already been said already.
Keep them off polls, huh?
Keep them off polls. You know what I'm saying? OnlyFans. Yeah. So you
got nursing homes beware. You said nursing homes beware.
On OnlyFans, keep them off the polls. Yeah.
Hey, they got that new website, Our Time. It's like for older people and stuff.
Yeah, no, they got that joint, Dude, I didn't date it. I ain't gonna sit here and just talk about like give you like my dating experience from like
in my head.
Dude, because I don't think I've been in like long-term relationships, short-term, we've all
that's
friends with benefits that we all have, bro. We all go through phases, man. Men and women go through phases since their early 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever.
Absolutely, man.
We all go through phases. I don't like I said. I dated older women and younger women and women my age.
You just a freak, man. Just say it. You a
freak. Yeah. All that dancing around and stuff.
It's a whore phase, or even if you're in between relationships though, and it's just like you're not ready to rush back into something serious, then you start courting someone, you start dating someone, and then sometimes that's how it turns out like that. Sometimes it turns into like a friends with benefits kind of situation, But you got to think, when you're talking about the whole older woman thing, like if you dated an older woman right now, like you're 28, let's say you dated a woman like in her 50s, right? Let's say she's like 55 or something like that. This woman's already been married. All her kids are grown. She's not rushing to run back into marriage, run back into a marriage. She just wants to have fun. Like, when Stella got her groove back type shit, you know what I'm saying? Now she wants to, you know what I'm saying? She's an empty nester. All her kids are grown. She's like, all my kids are adults. I'm a grandmother now or whatever.
Hey, you sound like you made this shit a science. Like you got.
No. I'm just saying she's not rushing. She just want to have fun, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, you're 28, so you just like, what I'm saying, you like right in that range of that cougar range. That's what they prey on dudes like you.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Yes.
So Todd's like a whole aphrodisiac out here, huh?
Yeah. Women just want to travel and have fun, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of enjoy life, because maybe they didn't get a chance to do all of that because they settled down so young. You get married at 20 and then you get divorced at 45 or 50. You've been with this one dude for 30 years. You know what I mean? So now they ain't trying to get married and do all that, changing diapers and making formula and all that shit no more. They just want to travel the world and have fun.
No doubt. So my part words is listen to CLS, man. You in that range of like Taj and all that. Hey, go on out there and get you an older chick, man. Like live life. But all right, man. Thanks for tuning in. Check out our other episodes on the channel, and we'll see y'all next time.
All right.